number 3000.
Oh. Got you son of a bitch.
What are you doing?
Just getting a fly.
Give me that back.
What is it? Oh, White Dwarf.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Yeah, I found some on the cargo decks, lots of them.
Yeah.
From about 10 years ago. The cargo pods are always late, so...
Doing some research for your fantasy videos.
Yeah, a bit of research so we can get going on that, yeah.
I'm really bored.
Really?
I'm like massively bored. I don't know about you.
I am bored out of my tiny servo skull.
Well, what should we do?
I don't know. Got any fresh ideas?
Well, maybe.
Go on then. Try it out.
Okay, so I was listening to what you said the other day, and you said you don't really like movies as much as I, right?
Yeah.
Well, I thought, well, there's something there that we could do. So I've invented the Black Sack.
The Black Sack.
So in this Black Sack are a load of bottom of the barrel movies that none of us have seen.
Okay.
Probably not even the audience. And you could pick one out.
Yeah.
Randomly. You don't know what one's coming. I don't know which one's coming.
Okay.
I mean, I put them in there, so I know what's in here, but I don't know which one's going to come out. We have to watch it.
Yeah.
And then we do a review of it.
Cool. Yeah.
You up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm up for it,
You like the idea?
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So,
Shrugging in the shoulders.
it's like the I don't
Whatever.
care.
Yeah.
The I don't care mentality.
I like it. Will, are you okay?
Oh, Greasebolts and Gremlins. Yeah,
right?
sorry, Jack. Yeah. The bit of circuitry might have gone down a bit wrong there.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
don't get too excited, but...
Okay.
Alright, so reach in, pick one, whatever that one is.
The Black Sack. Let's go. Let's do it.
Shuffling them.
Shuffle it up.
You ready?
Yep. I don't know what I don't know how to feel right now. Ready? I've got
Yeah,
one.
here we go. What is it?
It is Deadly Species.
Okay.
Okay.
Show the camera. We're going to be watching Deadly Species.
Well,
You know, the dream of our land being...
Jack, would you happen to be singing Daniel Springin?
What, the guy who wrote the song at the end of Deadly Species?
Yes.
Which we have here.
Deadly
So,
Species.
we have literally just watched this movie, Deadly Species, from 2002. Do you want to, without looking at the box,
Yeah.
and from memory,
Yeah.
what was the plot of Deadly Species?
Okay, so from my memory, the plot was that something bad was happening in the Florida swamps.
The Everglades, yeah.
The Everglades. And it somehow linked to this university where a professor was studying an ancient tribe of Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else has also been studying this tribe, but wants like a secret thing in the swamps that this tribe is protecting.
Mm-hmm.
So he hires the university professor, who then hires a load of students.
Yeah, because he hasn't been getting his grant.
No, because
approved by the university.
He is like
he's like everyone. No one thinks this is a good idea to fund
yeah.
this sort of archaeological dig, right?
And then he gets the granting from this guy. They go there.
Mm-hmm.
They search around, find a previous expedition that's all been killed. Still stick around.
Yeah,
Don't even try.
leave straight away.
Don't try. And then they find out that there's actually these monsters here, and then they find the Fountain of Youth.
Pretty much. So the guy we see right at the beginning of the film, we see the previous expedition getting killed.
Yeah.
You know, the woman who wrote in the journal later on in the film, and it's almost like that Jaws type opening where they're like showing the person unearthing the body under the ground. Do you remember the like dirt is just placed on top of the bones? It's not actually like it's not been buried. You can see they've just like put a fake skeleton in the ground and they've just sprinkled dirt over it, and then they've got
and then patted it down because you can see the fingerprints in the mud.
Yeah.
But what they did do well is like when that opened up, I was like, hang on, there's like a probably late 1600s, 1700s sword there
through the ribs
from a conquistador through the ribs, and a skeleton, but also a flint arrowhead, and instantly you start thinking, why are those two things together? But they did actually have a good explanation.
Yeah, they did that. They did actually have a good explanation at the end.
And I must say, even though the film was definitely like in the category of the worst films I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I was right up until the end. Like, what's going to happen? Oh my God. What's going to happen?
It was
despite myself.
Well, the thing was, see, just before we get further into the plot, we specifically didn't really look at
read
this.
The blurb before we watched the film.
Yeah. So, but obviously, looking at the cover, I thought there was going to be a Sasquatch in the film.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I would see how you would be mistaken by the content of the film.
Yeah. But the thing was, you mentioned the Fountain of Youth, which is something that in the film, it's meant to be like a big reveal.
Yeah,
it's meant to be like, because they never mention the Fountain of Youth at all. They don't. They just don't mention the Fountain of Youth. But then there's the twist at the end where the guy's dying and he's got the poison inside his blood and stuff.
Can I just say, right?
But I was just going to mention that, like, on the front cover it says the expedition to find the Fountain of Youth goes horribly wrong. Yeah, that's the first thing you read.
And they literally.
So that I saw that when I bought this, and I was like, oh, okay. So they're looking for the Fountain of Youth. I thought that was going to be something like the catalyst, catalyst for their entire expedition. It was secretly for one of the characters, the villain.
Yeah.
Wilson Friels.
Wilson Friels.
But like, but knowing that, like, by reading it on the box. When the film didn't mention it at all, I was like, oh, this is meant to be like a secret. And then then when they're like, we're here to actually look for, and they almost look at the camera and go, the Fountain of Youth, like that, and it's like we already know it says it on the fucking box.
Like, not only having just watched the film, do I realise how hilarious these pictures are on the back. Like, that guy, you can't probably see on the camera. That guy was pointless.
Which guy?
That guy. He was like the security.
The bodyguard.
Yeah.
He did. Who only gave. The only thing he did was give guns to people.
Yeah. Okay. So, from what I described in the plot that I described, this is the blurb. Deadly species. In this jungle, the endangered species is man. Right.
Right. Sounds good.
Yeah. Wealthy big game hunter Wilson Friels, played by Brian Mignard, funds an expedition going into the deep Florida Everglades to search for the Calusa, a lost tribe of Native Americans. When the team discover the gruesome remains of another expedition, Friels admits he is searching for the Calusa's Fountain of Youth and its guardian.
That's the ending of the movie. That's not near the beginning. That's the twist.
And its guardian, a mythical and deadly beast. As they delve deeper into the Everglades, the bloodthirsty beast begins to stalk and kill the members of the group. In one struggle, their leader, Brinson Thomas, is injured and begins to metamorphosize into a creature himself, which was never explained in the film.
Was never established. He had like crudely marker pen drawn-on veins all going up his face and like down his arm, but never once they say he was well, unless we missed the dialogue. But
his only hope to drink from the waters of the fountain of youth, and that is exactly what they.
That's the entire film.
The terrible truth behind the Calusa must be discovered if any of them are going to get out of there alive.
So, see, now this is the thing, right? There are videos on the internet where people watch movies like this, right?
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of them, they'll read the box and stuff first.
Yeah.
But with these crap B movies, they tend to explain like that. As a perfect example, they tend to explain the entire thing. So the best way for our experience is to not go by anything.
Can I
just watch it and then
just to put that explanation in my world, it's like this here is a plot hook for a Dungeons and Dragons mystery, for something you go play. That is the entire plot of what happens in that film. You might as well just read the blurb and you'll get all the same information that you get from the film, and you'll probably even picture the film as you're going along with better special effects and better actors.
But it doesn't mention the ghosts.
There are no ghosts.
Well, see,
no, there were.
See, the thing is, right at the end of the right at the end of the film, you find out that there is the Fountain of Youth. The guy drinks the water, he gets better, right? And then they meet the tribe after all this time. Like, wow, they were real. And then you see one of the Spanish conquistadors. Yeah, he's there, and he's like, the main character's like, "Who are you?" And he flicks a coin.
The coin, yeah.
Like a ye olde coin right into his hand, right? And then he's like, "Wow, they are him, and they are here, and they must be alive still because they've been drinking for the Fountain of Youth."
And he's tossing the coin.
But when he turns, the characters fade out and then disappear like they're ghosts. Now the thing is, I feel like they weren't meant to be ghosts.
No, I feel they weren't.
But the editor thought, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool and mystical if, like, when they turn around and walk away, they just disappear, like, ooh, like." And it's like that completely undoes.
A better way
makes it way more confusing.
A better way of them doing that would have been to be like this, right? The coins flip and they say, "Oh, thanks to the old conquistador,"
like that.
And well, it would have been better. And the Native Americans, they should then pan down and had a POV shot of the coin, and then panned up and they weren't there.
That would have been.
That would have been a lot better.
It would have been really cheesy, but it wouldn't have been anything that this film didn't do.
I reckon they said, "Oh, we need to make it look as though they just disappear, like they go camouflaged." And they went, "Well, I know, I can just fade that out."
I don't even think it was as deep as camouflage. I think the editor was just like, "Oh, if it was just like ghostly and mystical, like, oh, they disappear into the." The acting was terrible, right? But what interests me, something that I was thinking about during the film, was all the acting was shit. Yeah. Right? But it was all the same level of shit. Yeah. There was no standout person who was like, "Oh, they're actually a little bit better."
Yeah. But there was also nobody who you thought
who was really shit. Like they were just all of about the same level. My favourite actor, though, in the entire film had to be the old guy flicking the coin. Yeah. Because he didn't know, there was no lines of dialogue or anything, he just went and then just sort of looked at him and went.
Talking about the credits, we noticed something funny in the credits, didn't we?
Oh yeah. You got your notes.
I got my notes. And in the credits we were looking at the names of the crew. And literally listed in there, I can't remember the first one, but the second was, he was called, or she, I don't know, E. Page Pooh Turner.
Pooh Turner?
E. Page Pooh Turner.
That just means they're like, that's what they wanted to be called on set? Yeah. Is that like, whenever you see those names in credits and stuff, where they're like, oh, you know, like Crash McCreary, the artist, you know, does all like monster drawings and stuff for Stan Winston Studio. He was called Crash, but it's like, you know, Crash McCreary. But Pooh. Yeah. Hey Pooh, come over here. We need some set dressing.
Here they go again. Oh.
Okay. So, I just want to say, Bigfoot, Noah's Ark.
Oh God!
What do those two things have in common?
When that guy is sitting on the thing, he's like
the villain Friel.
The villain Friel. He's sitting there in the camp explaining what he's done, and you know that he's some sort of like pseudo-scientist sort of person. And he goes, you know, I've been on the hunt for Bigfoot. I've been on the hunt for Noah's Ark.
I've searched for Bigfoot, Noah's Ark. I've even funded a little research on the Loch Ness Monster.
This guy's supposed to be a scientist, right? Not saying that science and religion have to be mutually exclusive, but it's just like they're two different, completely different things.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, is Noah's Ark meant one of those things that's meant to be out there? I thought he would say like something like the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
I've never known Noah's Ark to be like
something that everyone talks about.
that everyone like people are searching for. Bigfoot, yes, I get that, and also obviously as soon as he said Bigfoot, I was like, oh shit, that's what this is going to be about.
Yeah.
But it's not. He's like, oh god, this is Bigfoot. It shouldn't be here. But like Noah's Ark was never ever. I've never heard it as one of those things that people are like looking for. Like explorers are out there. The Lost City of Atlantis.
Yeah,
there's another one. He could have said that.
Noah's Ark is not a big
one
for that. No. I definitely thought that the film was going to be more sort of. You'd see more sort of like Miami Spring Break, because they really definitely mentioned Spring Break at the start, and then it was
well, there was
never,
scenes at the beginning that I thought, they're definitely going to Spring Break. Like he's like, I've got to hire some students, and I thought like they were going to appear at Spring Break, hiring them there while they're all like running around in their bikinis or whatever.
But it's like he said, oh, I know a few students that wouldn't mind like sacrificing their spring break, and I thought, this is it. At least we're going to get that like crappy cheesy comedy where it's all set in like spring break and people are dying, like classic B movie.
Yeah, like Piranha.
Everyone's dying. Yeah, like Piranha. Everyone's dying every like.
So
3
you
seconds.
Thought this was going to go literally to Spring Break Beach?
Yeah, I did, and it was just like I was a little bit disappointed, but then I forgot about it because I was really intensely into like, what is going on here? This like the actual mystery is like almost compelling. Like you want to see what happens at the end, but it's just so shit when you get there.
I was just wondering like where they were going to take it.
Yeah. Because
basically this film ends on to boil down the plot.
Yeah.
Group of horny teenagers led by their professors go to the Florida Everglades to look for the Phantom. Well, they don't know. Look for this tribe, right?
Yeah.
They get attacked by monsters. They find the tribe. He drinks the water from the Phantom of Youth and gets better.
Yeah.
And then pretty much the film ends. And you're like, well, those monsters are still there.
Yeah.
How did they get out?
Yeah.
Because they could have left before, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So they must have waited 3 days, because it was still 3 days by that point.
Yeah.
Or 2 days. They were like, oh, we can't get off this island because our boat's left.
Yeah.
We're stuck here. So either they stayed there for 2 days with absolutely no problems.
Yeah. Oh god, it was.
But why didn't the monsters attack them anymore?
I don't know. But
is it because the tribe people said like, yeah, you're okay? It literally made no sense.
I kind of feel like they were looking for a way to describe the monsters or to like set up the monsters, like using these legends and this. Oh, it looks like
it
this
was
on this
too
bit of
much
pottery. It was too much, and there was never any like conclusion to what they were, and there was never any like after it started attacking, they'd see trying to not even explain what
weren't they like,
because
the souls were split into two and put into trees.
No, that was
and then they said the monsters are there to guard it.
It was supposed to be their like entrance to heaven or hell, right?
Right.
The afterlife, and the warrior that was going into this place would then suddenly be gifted this knowledge of both death and life.
Yeah.
Now, somehow that translated to the Fountain of Youth. I just think that.
But the monsters were never explained.
There's no explanation,
except that they were there to protect this place.
They were there to protect this place. But then they had no bearing on the tribe, or they were. But you were talking about the skull splitting.
Yeah. That's what confused me.
There's a bit in the film where the bad guy describes what the place of life and death is called, or what it's about.
People who haven't watched this film are going to be like, "What the fuck is this movie about?"
And he says, yes. And then the warrior swung his axe, I think, and split the head in two.
Yeah.
And they mounted the two skull parts on 2 trees, and that's the place of life and death. I think it just those 2 trees had no bearing on the entire plot. It was just a place for them to go and talk in front of something interesting. and also, like, there's this thing about red and yellow tape in the film, and they have to, like, sellotape or sticky tape, and they're
marking areas.
And they have to mark areas using yellow or red. I wasn't really listening at that point, so I don't know why it was yellow and red. But the only piece of bloody tape I saw used was a red piece of tape,
and the guy
and she put it on the tree, and then
she tried to sneakily put it on the tree while he was looking away, but the bodyguard saw it and then just took it down.
I missed that, but like
But it was
The
pointless.
thing is, it was pointless
It was
because
completely
they get
pointless.
straight back to camp and they say, "Oh yeah, we found these 2 interesting trees. It's the place of life or death. 50 yards that way."
Yeah.
And it's like,
East.
well, yeah,
They say exactly
mean,
where it is.
you obviously know where it is.
You don't need
and
to take.
and if if you're trying to find it again, you'll find it even if you forgot where it was. It's like
Oh god, the amount of sleep
yeah.
people get in this movie
Oh,
as well.
God.
They're constantly going to bed in their tents
Yeah.
when they know that there's a monster that severs heads right outside the
straight after the first or the second woman dies.
Yeah.
They all go to sleep in the tents that she's just been dragged out of. And it's just.
Even if there's that shot when they go to bed the first night,
Yeah.
but you can clearly see that it's day
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah. And she's really restlessly trying to get to sleep.
Yeah.
And then something walks past the tent. And, you can see
And
the
then she
silhouette.
goes to sleep.
And then she goes to sleep. And then
You'd think it'd be the
fades
other way
to
around.
morning.
You'd think
Yeah.
she'd actually go to sleep, then the rustling, and she'd wake up and then couldn't get back to sleep. And then in the morning go, I'm tired, I didn't get any sleep,
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. Sleep deprived.
And like with that was just supposed to be another kill. There was no need for her to have left or to have even been there in the first place.
There's...
Except for preparing the meals. There was a lead bloke and a lead woman. Now the lead woman, who was one of the organisers of this trip, every time they stopped to make camp, stopped to look around a camp, stopped to do anything, right, or went off on an adventure and something bad happened, she would either say, A, okay girls, come and help me cook the meals. B, okay girls, let's go and clean up the camp. Or C, we better get out of here and let the men handle this.
Yeah.
We can use this for cleaning and cooking.
And like,
And even most of the women were half naked through,
yeah,
through
and
the
it's like,
movie.
why
It was
did-
like,
yeah, I know. Why did the writers of this film need to do that? Why couldn't it be like,
but she did... Right, okay.
James and Sarah come and help me cook, not the 2 women?
Yeah. Well, give credit where credit's due. By the end of the film,
Yeah.
his wife was the one... Like,
Kicking ass, yeah.
Well, kicking ass. She was
Running away.
She was in the final climax of the film, running away, screaming.
yeah.
And then when you see, this is okay. No, wait.
She was the one who got away.
No. I've just completely fucked up. Completely. She's useless. She's utterly useless.
is completely
You think
useless.
she gets the can
Yeah.
of the Fountain of Youth?
Yeah.
And even then, she gets back to camp,
And it's already done.
and he's already been made better by the tribes people. They're already there. He's up on his feet. So she literally did nothing. I had in my head that one of them shot the monster in the head.
Yeah.
But she died.
No, she didn't shoot it in the head. She just shot it. There was no.
They said they
said in the head, but he didn't. even
shot it in the
see.
face. That was
Yeah.
his words. Yeah.
So
But
basically, my problem with it was that
it wasn't modern.
it wasn't one. It was made in 2002.
No, I'm saying
by
it-
Dirty Martini Productions. Literally, and
Dirty Martini Productions.
and like you just kind of think whoever wrote this is definitely
There's two writers. I think.
is definitely quite misogynist.
It's almost like a porn company didn't want to make a porn. They wanted
Yeah.
to make a horror film.
They're like a porn
A
company
rip-off Jurassic Park.
wanted to make a horror film, but they couldn't help themselves, and they had to put some nudity in it.
Yeah.
like,
They couldn't
it's the only thing they know, so that's definitely got to go in there, as if it's the foundations of their entire production that was probably shot over 2 days, and they ran out of time, and they were filming it chronologically, so the last few shots had to be really quick and not contain anything other than, oh my god, you're safe, and yes, I am safe, and don't tell anyone. Okay, I'm going to tell someone.
Yeah.
Like, and then cut to the end. That last shot. Right,
Oh, God, the last shot
on with the guy on the
So
phone
they-
was less than like 4 seconds.
Well, the guy was on the phone because they agreed at the end. The survivors agreed they shouldn't tell the world about this place because
Yeah.
if people like the villain got a hold of the
who was a businessman who wanted to. Okay,
He wanted to be immortal.
He wanted to be immortal, but he wanted to spread the Fountain of Youth's like water
Around the world.
around the entire world, probably aiding lots of people.
yeah, but there's lots of negative repercussions.
Yeah, I mean, he
to
could
the
have
whole
sold it for
world.
like hundreds of thousands of
But
pounds.
here's the
and
thing,
it'd
right?
be, like,
The end of
immortal.
Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
Last Crusade. He finds the Holy Grail and you become immortal if you drink from it, right? But
Yeah.
you only stay immortal if you stay within this certain the ring, the carving on the floor,
Yeah.
the big circle
Yeah.
that protects the entire cave, right?
Yeah.
And they said as soon as you leave from here, you just become mortal again.
But it heals up Indy's wounds, doesn't it?
Yeah, inside the circle, and once he's healed, then they leave, and then they're not immortal
Yeah.
anymore.
So why could, okay, this is now
That's why the knight. That's why the knight has not left the cave in like 500 years. But in this film, they don't mention anything like that unless I missed a line of dialogue. So the main character, is going to be immortal, and like at the end of the film, he's talking to his wife, and I was sitting there thinking, man, if I was writing a script, there'd be this whole line of dialogue like, "You're going to live beyond me," blah blah blah. He's like, "You should go drink the water," and he's like, "No," and like you can have this whole dramatic dynamic.
But does it even work like that? Because the old guy at the end,
I have no idea.
The old guy at the end, who was a Spanish conquistador in like the 1700s, like,
well, you
surely he wouldn't age if he was immortal, or maybe he just keeps aging until he's a skeleton.
Well, isn't it like you have to keep drinking it? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe you have to keep drinking it, and he's still drinking it.
By the way, the Fountain of Youth. I mean, I know there's the whole in Indiana Jones again. There's that's the cup of a carpenter, and it's the really shit looking one.
Yeah.
But in this, it's like the Fountain of Youth.
It's just a muddy puddle.
It looks like a muddy puddle. Like
a bit
of pond, like in the middle of
tiny little oxbow lake.
There's a scene earlier where the girl strips naked for the guy she's trying to force cheat on the girlfriend.
She definitely,
for absolutely no reason. But what was I gonna say? The woman who's stripping off in the river.
Yeah.
That river looks like the same exact river that they filmed the Fountain of Youth stuff in.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
like maybe just a little bit further down, like downstream.
This was definitely filmed in someone's back garden in Florida.
I thought it was going to be like a unique looking. I mean, maybe I was asking too much of the movie.
Yeah,
but like
at least have a stone circle with water inside it.
Yes, or like some sort of weird goblet thing.
Yeah,
in the middle,
made out of like tree, like Florida. I don't know what they cypress trees they were called.
Yeah,
like just made out of cypress tree wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so something else I want to mention. The poor audio. So there was like moments in the film where like the sound was like it was the on-set sound, and they didn't like add on any ADR or anything like that. So like, so like there's literally a bit where a character says, and I've got it written in here. He just goes like they're meant to be whispering, while the characters are off doing something, and
you can't
as the audience, we're meant to hear what they're saying. But the villains or whoever aren't, and literally what it sounds like is he goes
because the audio just starts picking up all the ambient noise, like the trees going. and this is from the same actor who called a hamp.
Yeah, I was going to say poor audio also falls under the like. He goes, "Oh, we're going to stay in the hamp." And we rewound that to make sure he definitely didn't say cat.
And the same. This is a problem with these actors in this film. Is then she like another woman who's one of the students in the film. Then
Michelle, I think her name is.
Yeah. Then turns to turns to her boyfriend and says,
"This is after this is after someone died.
Yes, after
someone's just died, and they're all panicking."
Yeah, and she turns and she goes, "Who's going on here?"
She says, "Who the hell is going on here?
Who the hell is going on?
Who the hell is going on here?"
What the hell is going on here?
It's like they couldn't film that twice. Like
that's my favourite line in the film.
Who the hell is
going on here?
It's like why couldn't they film that again? Or maybe she couldn't not say it. Maybe
like, no one noticed.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, good. That's moving on. This is what I was going to say, right? This is what makes me feel like things like that, right?
Yeah.
The boom mic as well is another mistake that happens. Like you see the boom mic come down in frame, and then you pointed out you see like something move to the right. Yeah. There's also like the scene where I will get onto what I was going to say a minute ago, but there's the scene where like the woman's walking off, the main woman.
Yeah.
She's walking off, and then they do the classic, like the guy taps her on the shoulder, like, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
Yeah.
But I noticed that like about 5 minutes before that, she was walking through the forest like alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see him.
Yeah.
He's to the left of the screen for a split second, waiting.
Yeah.
And then you just see him like walk off screen like I'm not meant to be in this just yet.
I saw that.
But yeah, no, I was going to say like it's moments like that, the like hamp, like calling the camp hamp, and who the hell is going on here?
What the hell is going on here?
That makes me feel like this film is a community service film.
This was like so community like
this is like a group of
shop.
people who were like, we need to like you're not going to prison.
Amdram.
But you got to do community service.
Okay.
And it's like they just can't be bothered. They've just got to make the move, start to finish. And it's like a way of team
But
building.
I truly think that the actors in this were like, yeah, this is my big shot. This is my break.
They were trying.
Yeah. Do you know what? The only guy who I thought I recognised was the photographer.
I thought
I recognised him.
he was ringing a bell. But yeah. So what are your? Oh, before we get on to that, I just want to say, like, the opening is a complete rip of Jurassic Park. There's the not a paleontologist, but there's the archaeologist.
Oh yeah.
Who's not getting grants for his research.
Yeah.
And then a rich business guy calls him up and says, "I'm willing to fund your thing, but you got to come on this mission with me."
Yeah.
Oh no, you got to go on this mission.
He even goes so far as to, once he's got the grant money, to go to the cupboard, get out two champagne glasses,
And they pop the "Hey,
champagne.
we were saving that for today. I guarantee it." That exactly.
You couldn't help but put Jurassic Park in something for once, could you? Just to put that explanation in my world, it's like this here is a plot hook for a Dungeons and Dragons mystery. Dungeons and Dragons.
So, final thoughts. How would you rate this? Out of 10, 10 fans, 10 Noah's Arks.
10 Noah's Arks.
Out of 10 Noah's Arks, what would you give this?
I would give it. Do you know what? I'd probably give it, being fair, 5 Noah's Arks is an average film.
Yeah.
Probably give it 3.5 arcs out of 10.
Really?
Yeah. Probably. About 3.4 arcs, I'd say.
Yeah, no, I'm giving it a 2.
Okay,
solid.
But only
Noah's Ark is 2 by 2. They came in. So I'm
Going in 2 by 2.
It's going in 2 by 2.
Okay.
And those 2 Noah's Arks are for creature design, which we haven't even talked about.
Oh yeah.
The monsters look like, I don't know.
They look like fish people.
Yeah, they had like weird scaly heads,
Yeah.
and they look a little bit like Sasquatch's meat, like the from the Super Mario Brothers movie. But I'm not even going to get on that. Goombas, yeah, or like Predator. Yeah, they had like a sort of Predator mouth with their tusks. They were right. The suits. So I'll give them one Noah's Ark for that.
Yeah, okay.
And the other Noah's Ark goes to who the hell is going on here?
What the hell's going on here?
Okay. Yeah. If we're going in 2 by 2, I'll agree with you. It's a 2.
Yeah. What's that?
The second thing as well.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I don't know if it's an actual thing, but they had a second assistant director. Then directly underneath, they had a second assistant director. And I don't know why that is.
Wouldn't that be the 4th?
That would be
assistant
that would,
director?
I don't know. Maybe it's first director, then they have a second director and a first and second director, and they split off into 2, and they split off into 2, and they split off into 2.
So you have a second director, but what about the second director? What about the second?
He's the first director.
So the one after that would be the second director.
Yeah.
And then there'd be a second director.
Yeah. It'd be the first.
They do the pickup shots of feet squelching in mud as they walk through the episode.
and then and they have one that's the second first director.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We've got That's
So
our
that
new system.
Was Deadly Species. Who's next to die? Probably us.
Yeah. from Deadly Species.
I never want to watch that again. Anyway, where were we?
So, you're looking here.